So let us go to the assembly where Prahlada Maharaja is speaking the glories of Lord Hari to his friends, the demon friends. Janmadya shadime bhava drushta dehasya natmana Phalanam eva vrakshasya kalaneshwara murtina. Prahlada Maharaj is saying, just as fruits and flowers of a tree in due course of time undergo 6 changes: birth, existence, growth, transformation, dwindling, and then death. The material body which is obtained by spirit soul under different circumstances undergoes similar changes. However, there is no such changes for the spirit soul. Can you all sit like this so that, because you are looking in such an awkward position, it becomes difficult. You can come here. Make your seats like this. So here a very crystal clear example is given to us how to identify the differences between the body and the soul. This is very important verse in understanding this difference. There is also a verse in the Bhagavad Gita which says, Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nyayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuya ajo nityam shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. It says that for the soul there is never a birth or not death. Nor having once been does he ever cease to be. He is unborn, he is eternal, he is ever existing, underlying and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. So here an example of a tree has been given. If you see a tree when it gets fruits, so there are with those fruits and with those flowers, there are these 6 changes. What are the 6 changes for this flowers and fruits? It takes birth, it exists, it is growth, there is transformation, there is dwindling, and then it is gone. Similarly, Prahlada Maharaj is comparing that to a soul. The tree is like a soul, and he takes a body which also takes birth, exists, it grows, it transforms, it dwindles, and then he dies. Like this, we get so many bodies because of this conditioning nature. So this is very clear and crystal clear analysis that we can easily understand this. So Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that the birth of the human being's material body takes place due to the mixture of womb and semen. But the history of the birth says that not that all the time there is sexual intercourse and there is a mixture of womb and semen, there is a pregnancy. It's not always possible. Because unless and until the soul enters via the semen, then only the body is formed, and then there is birth, then it exists, then grows, then transforms, and everything happens. But unless there is no presence of the soul, then it's not going to happen. So scientists might claim, they claim that how a body is formed, but our spiritual scientists, our acharyas, they say that they are presenting this fact. How when the soul is absent, then although the father and mother, they try the parents, they try their best to beget a child, but it's not possible for them unless it is sanctioned by the Supreme Lord. So when the soul enters via the father's semen, then only there is a chance of pregnancy. So this is how we understand that the soul is eternal and ever existing, but the bodies the soul accepts, it keeps on changing. So Prahlada Maharaj is trying to help this boys understand that you should come out from the bodily platform. So by this verse he is trying to explain them that we are not body, we are souls. This is the basic understanding which we also got while coming when we joined Krishna Consciousness. And this is what understanding we also give to others. Because first we have to understand that we are not this body, but we are a spirit soul. And then we can proceed how to establish the relation with super soul. Now in the next verse, Prahlada Maharaja is saying that Atma means soul also and Atma means super soul also. So soul and super soul, that is the Supreme Lord and the living entities, now both are spiritual, both are free from birth and death. Soul, they're talking about a soul and they're talking about Krishna. Soul doesn't have death. The body has a death, or body has a birth. The body goes, dwindles, it transforms, it has so many things, but not the soul. So now Prahlada Maharaj is explaining the nature of the soul. He is saying that they are individual, they are knowers of the external body, they are the foundation or shelter of everything, they are free from material change, and they are self-illuminated, they are cause of all the causes. Prahlada Maharaj is saying that even the soul is the cause of all the causes. How? We will find out. And the super soul, it's obvious that is the cause of all the causes. With this transcendent qualities, one who is actually learned, when one understands this with realization, then he will be free from the illusory concept of I and mine. Now, we have to understand the nature of the soul. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Mamai Vansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. He is saying that this soul is my part and parcel. So qualitatively, we and Krishna are same, but not quantitatively. Like there are two examples given. The first example given is if there is a mountain of gold and then there is a piece of gold. So quality wise, they both are same, but quantity wise, we have to know that this is greatest and this we are small. Similarly, there is one more example is often given is about the sea, the drop of sea water. This a drop of sea water is qualitative wise this is the same, but quantity wise it's different. So similarly, but this Mayavadis, they are a little unusual. They think that this drop, they think that the large mountain of gold and this small piece of gold is the same. Quantity wise also it is the same. How it is quantity wise the same? So once one person was arguing, so one of the acharyas replied that, so when it is cold, then why you take the whole of blanket? Just take out a thread from that blanket and put it and try to see if you can get rid of the cold. It will not be, then you will realize what is the difference between the Supreme Lord and with us. So this funny example this Acharya gave. So the Supreme Lord is the greatest and we are the smallest. Now there are some foolish people who claim themselves as God. They think that okay, we are God. Even during the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna, we saw that there was somebody called as Vasudeva Pondraka. He, by his mystic powers, he had also Chaturbhuja Roop, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and he sent a letter to Lord Krishna that I am the original Vasudev, so you give up your Sudarshan Chakra. He sent a letter to Vasudeva and Lord laughed. He was laughing. And then there was a fight and the actual original Lord was there, left, and Vasudeva Pundra got defeated. So like this in our society also, society means in general, there are so many people who claim themselves as God. But when they have pain in their tooth, they run to the doctor. When they have the doctors with them, then they have their blood pressure increases, then they have diabetes, but still they they call themselves as God. Only one is fortunate enough to understand this relationship with God, knowing that God is great, Vibhu, whereas we living entity are small. So only fortunate people can understand this. This is a big science. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and by the devotees' mercy, we are able to easily understand this. But to coming to this understanding for outsiders, it takes so many years. Sometimes birth after birth, they don't understand this, because they are in this false idea that I am God. And they give so many arguments to claim that they are God. So that is illusion. But when one comes to proper understanding, by the mercy of the Lord, Vasudevam Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlava. It is said, one who knows Vasudeva, such Mahatmas are very rare. Such devotees who surrender to the Lord Krishna with this understanding are very, very rare. Now then, Prahlada Maharaj gives a further more explanation. He says that an expert geologist, he understands that which is stone and which is gold. Only expert person can understand. So similarly, a spiritually advanced person can understand how spiritual particle, which is soul, exists in the body. Not everybody can understand this. So when one who is not expert in geological science and one who is not been trained to identify what is gold and what is stone, then for them, because gold also it has to be polished nicely and then we can come, but externally it seems both the same. So similarly, unless and until somebody is trained, if that geologist, then he can able to discriminate between what is gold and what is stone. Otherwise, for him everything is the same. For us everything is the same. If he asks to go to a mine of gold, for us everything is charcoal. It will make no difference to us. But if a geologist goes there and tries to identify, then he will find out, oh, this is gold. Similarly, unless a person is trained by the spiritual master, the proper training is required. Without proper training, it is very difficult to identify the existence of the body, soul in the body. That's why people outside, they fail. But the devotees, they get proper training from their senior devotees and understand by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and various means how there is the existence of the soul in the body. Then foolish rascals, it is very difficult for them to come to this understanding. But devotees, they, by the process of bhakti yoga, by following this principle of Bhagavad Dharma, they immediately come to this conclusion. What is the conclusion? Dehinno sminyata dehe kaumaram yonam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhira satrana muyati. Only devotees can understand this. And then Prahlada Maharaj, after helping them understand this science, he's taking them into much detail. He's saying Ashtau Prakrutaya Proktas. He's saying the Lord's 8 separated material energies. Then he's saying Traya Evahi Tadguna, the 3 modes of material nature. Vikara Shoda Charsharye. He's saying the 16 transformation. Pumaneka Samanvaya. With all this, the one spirit soul exists and he is like an observer. So we should know that what are the 8 different kinds of material energies of the Supreme Lord. Now all these things put together, material energies, 8 material energies, the 3 gunas, and the 5 knowledge gathering senses, the 5 working senses, then their controller, the mind, they all actually, the living entities get the opportunity to perform different kinds of karma with the help of this 3 modes of material nature. Everything is under the Prakriti, but we think that it is because of we are doing actually. But actually it is happening by the Prakritis, that we get an opportunity to perform certain karma because of our Prarabdha. So this is the understanding what Prahlada Maharaja is explaining, that a soul is there. In this, amongst all this, there is a soul. The existence of soul is there, and we have to carefully analyze, understand this. And there are two kinds of bodies one get. One is the individual body, one is the gross body, and one is the subtle body. So the gross body is made of earth, water, fire, air and ether. And the subtle body is made of mind, intelligence and false ego. And within these bodies, however, there is a spirit soul. So one must find this soul by analysis, saying there is a way, naiti. How do there is a process of identifying, like Mataji was giving a point yesterday, how should we try to remember Krishna always throughout a day. Similarly, we have to also understand that what are the things by which we can come out from this bodily concept of life. The first thing is the process we see, initiation. When the spiritual master initiates a disciple, what does he do? He changes the name. Initially, which we used to identify ourselves with the name whatever we have got initially, ABC, whatever was the name was that. And we are so proud of it that so many years we used to, in the school, in the colleges, when we got married and everything, we used to identify ourselves by that name. We used to think that we are we are the same, we are that body, we are that. But then when we get initiation, our spiritual master changes our name and he makes into Das or Dasi. So it is so that that particular person starts identifying himself as a servant of the Lord, or a servant of the Shakti of the Lord, Dasi. So that one comes out from the bodily concept of life. For example, let me take someone whose name was Akshay. Let's say Akshay. So he identifies himself as Akshay throughout his life. Then he becomes Arvindanetra Das. Then he starts identifying himself as Arvindanetra Das. Who is Arvindanetra? Is Krishna. So I am his Das. And then people call him Arvindanetra Prabhu. Arvindanetra. And then, what is your name, Prabhuji? Arvindanetra Das. Oh, okay. So whole concept changes. Immediately, with all our activities, we start identifying ourselves as a servant of the Lord. So there are so many ways gradually how one can help us, help one understand the existence of the soul in the body. Now, the best way of attaining self-realization is, what is the best way of attaining self-realization? Now suppose if you are in a dark room, in the dark room there is no light. So can we see each other? Can we see ourselves also? No, it's in a complete dark room, there is no light, so we can't even see each other. We see ourselves, see our own body. But when there is light, we can see the light and then we can also see ourselves. Similarly, Prahlada Maharaja is saying that when one tries to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, whose Janma Karma is transcendental, then we can not only understand Krishna, we will realize Krishna, but also we ourselves will be self-realized. So when we try to understand about Krishna, the Supreme Lord, His activities, His pastimes, then we will also understand ourselves. That we are a tiny, minute particle. When we understand the creation, when we hear creation from Srimad Bhagavatam, how Lord Mahavishnu, Karanadaksha Vishnu, when he breathes, that time innumerable universes come out from his body. And in that innumerable universes, he expands himself as Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And then from him comes Brahmaji. From Brahmaji, he creates the whole universe, and then the Krishna impregnates that with so many jivas. So then we understand what is our tiny identity. What are we? Very, very small, minute. But because there are, in the whole of the earth, there are so many jivas, and then we are here in Manchester, tiny particle, but we think that we are the lord of this whole world. We think that we are boss of our house. We think that we are maintaining them. We have created our sons. He took birth from me. We are maintaining them. So this is ahankara comes. But when we understand about the glories of the Lord, how Lord creates, how Lord maintains, then we understand what is our position. So that's why unless one understands Krishna and becomes Krishna conscious, one's material bondage will continue. To end this conditional life, one must surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the Supreme Lord, He demands this. What is Supreme Lord demanding? Sarva dharman parittajya mamekam shranam vraja aham tvam sarva pape bhimokshashyami masucha. Krishna is saying this. So then Prahlada Maharaj, after helping these kids understand, I know this is a technical subject matter, no kathas and all, but we should try our best to pay attention to this. There is one verse, Siddhanta suniye sadrud na kara alas. You know that, Prabhuji, that verse? That one shall not be lazy to understand this technical subject matter, because that will increase our faith in the Lord. This will help us develop unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord. That's why we should try to hear and understand carefully what is Prahlada Maharaj trying to speak. Because imagine Prahlada Maharaj is trying to speak this science to kids of the same age. And they got convinced and they understood. And here we should also try to pay a little attention to this and hear it carefully. Then Prahlada Maharaj, then his friends are asking Prahlada Maharaj, "Oh Prahlad, what is the best way to surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord? What should one do? And how is it possible that all these desires for material enjoyment, how will that go away?" Then Prahlad is saying that simply follow the process which Lord is asking us to follow. What is Lord asking us to follow? The Lord is saying that process is the performance of duties by which love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead develops. We have to do all our activities which will help us develop our love for God. So there are 6, which is that duty one has to do? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. And there are 6 symptoms of surrenderness. 6 symptoms of surrenderness. First is to do everything favorable to Krishna. Everything favorable. When we know that Krishna will be pleased by this, sadhus will be pleased by this, devotees will be pleased by this, then we should try to do that activities. And then second is to avoid everything unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. What are unfavorable things? Like going in bad association. When we know that people are going to pubs, parties and all, so they might be Indians, they might be Americans or anywhere, but they might be inviting us, come, please join. One day what is going to happen? Throughout your life you spend there, but one day what is going to happen? Come. And then so we should know that this is an unfavorable association. This is not favorable. Because what might happen, we might go for a day, but then we will change the party. Because it is the saying, Jaisi Sangat Vaisi Rangat. So if you start liking that association, then you might like to go again and again. And then 1, twice, thrice, This way your association will increase, and then you will ask, where are the other parties? Why are parties not happening? So in this way we will lose interest in Krishna consciousness. And because we desire this, then Krishna will arrange for it. Krishna will arrange. If you want it, you will get it. So we have to be very careful while practicing Krishna consciousness. What are we desiring? So to avoid everything which is unfavorable to Krishna consciousness, everything. If we know that this is going to disturb our Krishna conscious life, better to not go on that path. Better to not go in that direction. Better to not go in that association. Better to not eat that food. When we know that even the vegan food which is available here, it is going to, we eat outside, but it's going to disturb our consciousness. Why eat? Why eat? Because we eat outside, but then our consciousness is polluted for 2-3 days, and we can't focus on chanting. We can't focus. So many mundane thoughts, we get mundane thoughts come in our mind. Then to have, third is to have faith that only Krishna is our maintainer. This is a big thing, very important thing. Krishna is our maintainer. Krishna is everything. Here, all these things, the 6 symptoms of surrenderness can be easily developed when one has deities in the house. These days I see that there are so many deities in the houses of devotees, but it is always good to have one deity. There should be only one Ishtadev. So then one can try to develop that relationship with his own deities. We should depend on our deities, that my Krishna has appeared in the form of the deities and he is a part of my family, he is a family member. Just like Krishna, he was with the Pandavas. Even though Krishna was supposed to stay in Dwarka with his 16,100 wives, but he never stayed there. Always he used to go and stay with Pandavas, especially the Arjuna. He's always spent time with Arjuna. And when Krishna was spending his time in Hastinapur and with Pandavas, all the sadhus used to come every day to see Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So we should, and Pandavas, we see from the life of Pandavas how they used to see only Krishna as their maintainer. Once there was an incident when Durvasa Rishi, with his so many thousands of disciples, he went to Duryodhana's place, and Duryodhana fed him so nicely, very, very nicely, and he was very pleased. And at that time, Pandavas were in exile in the forest. So, being very pleased with Duryodhana, Durvasa Rishi asked, "Beta, what do you want? My dear son, what do you want?" He said, "I only want one thing, that you should go and take some service from my brother Pandavas also, because they should also get benefit of your association, because I have got, so although we have fight, but we are, for this is something different, your association, your mercy, I also want that they should also go." So then what time should I go, Duryodhana? Best is to go after 4 o'clock, because they can feed you, take your evening snacks there. So Durvasa Rishi is not alone. He is going with thousands and thousands of his disciples. So somehow he went there, and Yudhishthira Maharaj and everybody found out, oh my God, this Durvasa Rishi is here. How to cook for all of them? Duryodhana had all the facilities to cook for them, but here Pandavas and Draupadi, they were staying all alone. How to cook for this Durvasa? And Draupadi had a Akshay Patra, the pot. And when everybody ate, especially Bhima, when everybody had sumptuously ate, then the Draupadi used to eat the last bite, and then for that particular day, that Akshay Patra used to close down. Used to take rest. No more food used to come out from them. And then this Durvasa Rishi appeared, and everybody looked at Draupadi, and Draupadi said, "No way, we are done for the day. Kitchen is closed." Then they all started looking at each other. Now who is going to take care of Durvasa Rishi? So then he said, "Okay, let's welcome him first." and all the Pandavas, they welcomed Durvasa Rishi, and they said, Durvasa Rishi said, please prepare for our prasadam. And till that time, we'll take bath and come back. We'll do our sandhya and come back. So they went, and here everybody, all these Pandavas were in a big chaos. What is going to happen? This Durvasa Rishi is not an ordinary Rishi. He gets very easily pleased and he curses very easily also. So now everybody started saying, get ready for the curse. Get ready for the curse. And they said, saying, already we are cursed. We are already in forest. What more curse, Baba? And all were discussing with Draupadi. And Draupadi said, there is only one way. She folded her hands and she remembered, Krishna, oh Krishna, please protect us, please protect us. And as soon as Draupadi was just simply praying in this way, they all could hear Krishna's chariot coming. Krishna's chariot came there, and Krishna came all of a sudden in their hut, and Krishna said, Arey, I'm very, very hungry. And all of them started saying, whoa, one more disciple of Durvasa. And Krishna said, no, I am hungry. Feed me, Draupadi, something. And the whole problem is because of this food. And you are also asking food. So then he said to Draupadi, go and see in that Akshay Patra. There will be something left for me. And I'll be satisfied by that. So he goes there. And she goes there. She brings the Akshay Patra. And Krishna, he puts his finger there. And he takes it one bite and he eats it. And as soon as Krishna eats it, then the whole of the universe, all the jivas in that universe, they are satisfied. And Durvasa and other rishis, when they came out from the water, their tummies were full completely, and no space was there. And then started talking to themselves, oh my God, is your tummy full? He said, yes. How come? I don't know. Your tummy full? Yes, I am full. And now Yudhishthira Maharaj might have performed so much food. Who is going to eat that? And Durvasa Rishi said to himself, oh Krishna, again a Vaishnava aparadh. He was terrified by Amrish Maharaj incident. And he said that not again. I don't want to get with this, commit any offenses to the Vaishnavas. And especially Yudhishthira Maharaj. Once I committed offense to Amrish Maharaj, I had to run throughout the universe. Now I don't know where will I have to go. This because Krishna is himself on the planet. It's very difficult. Let's go. So where should we go? Use all your potencies. Those who can disappear in water, they can disappear in water. Those who can merge in the wind, they merge in the wind. Those who can merge in the earth, they merge in the earth. But just disappear from here. Get rid of this situation. And Krishna here was telling Bhima, go and call this Durvasa Rishi. And he said, are you okay, Mr. Krishna? What are we going to serve them? Just go and see. Go and see. So Bhima goes and he inquires from the people. So where is this Durvasa Rishi? Then somebody told that something went wrong and they just disappeared. All of a sudden, all these thousands of rishis disappeared. So this is how the Pandavas, they used to have unflinching faith in Krishna, that even the biggest of the calamities, Krishna is going to maintain us. He's going to protect us. Then the second is to believe that Krishna is our protector. The Pandavas believe that Krishna is our protector. So Krishna, when we believe Krishna is our protector, then Krishna will maintain us. He'll maintain us. But that belief, that faith should be there. And that will come when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam. That will come when we hear again and again of Bhagavatam, we read Bhagavatam and speak about it. So this will help increase our faith in Krishna. Then to realize that nothing takes place except by Krishna's sanction. We should know that everything happens by the sanction of the Lord. Not a leaf moves without Krishna's sanction. So devotee has this faith. This is surrenderness. The devotee must have this faith. And then to feel oneself very fallen. Normally what happens, even we are practicing Krishna consciousness, but we don't have this habit or attitude of humility. So we should always depend on Krishna. Or if we have our deities like Gaurneta is there in our house, or Krishna Balram is there, we should always depend on our deities that they are doing everything. They are maintaining the family, not me. What will I do? I cannot do anything. So we should always depend on the Lord. The Lord is in charge of the family. They are maintaining us. They are protecting us. They are taking care of everything. And therefore, I am always depending on the Lord for His mercy. Any activity, the smallest of the activity, a devotee should always say to himself that I am depending on the mercy of the Lord. I am depending on the mercy of my spiritual master. So when one has such genuine humility, one will develop this genuine humility if we can, in each and every activity of ours, if we see the presence of Lord's mercy, and if we train our mind in that way, then we will become like that. All these things we have to train ourselves. In every situation we have to train ourselves to depend on the mercy of the Lord. So then, was Krishna says, Sarva dharman parittajya mamekam sharanam raja ham tvam sarvapape mukshashrami masucha. So we have to surrender to Him completely. So these are the 6 symptoms of surrenderness which one has to develop. Then Prahlada Maharaja is saying that most important thing, surrender means one must accept the bona fide spiritual master. We discussed this yesterday. Then what other things one are associated with accepting a spiritual master? Rendering service unto him with great devotion and faith. And then whatever one has in his possessions, one should not consider as ourselves, one should consider that this is the property of my spiritual master and Krishna. Spiritual master is not going to ask you, Brajsunder Prabhu, come on, give all your property. He is not going to ask you. But you should have that mood that everything belongs to my spiritual master and everything belongs to Krishna. Nothing is mine. Or even this body is not mine. We are discussing this body is not mine. That this body is also going to go. Isn't it? This body is also going to go after a certain while. So if we think that these possessions are ours, then we are in difficulty. But if we feel when we know that all these possessions we have to offer it to our spiritual master, then we are free from the anxiety, from the burden. And then in the association of saintly devotees, we should try to hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we should always try to glorify the Lord and His devotees. And one should try to every day meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. Actually, when one has deities in the house, all things becomes very easy. Because one should try every day to bathe the deities, to put them new clothes every day, like we do to our kids. So what is wrong with the deities? Deities once in a year, once in a week or once in a month. Why like that? With all the troubles, we see that our kids go in proper dress to school. With all the troubles in the family, we see that our kids get proper food to eat. We see that they sleep properly. When they get up, then they take a bath. I was staying with Gaurang Trust Prabhu's house last 2-3 days, and I was seeing how Mataji was carefully saying that go bhakti, go for bath, this and that. So we should give same thing to Krishna also. We should give same importance to Krishna also. Yes, it will be little difficult, but it can be managed. So when we are engaged like that and we take care of Krishna like that, then we will gradually develop a relationship with the Lord. Because we give Krishna importance. We value His presence in our family. That's why it is good to have one deity in the house. So that then service is possible. Or if you have many deities, then one day you can serve one deity, second another deity, third day another deity. You can do that. There is one story, one incident of Bhakti in the life of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Fakir Mohan Prabhu, he told me this incident privately. He told that he was glorifying his spiritual master, so that time he told this incident. Fakir Mohan Prabhu has left this world, but he was a Gaudiya Vaishnava scholar. He was heavily respected all the sannyasis in ISKCON, and Srila Prabhupada also, he met Srila Prabhupada also. He was 83 years old when he left his body. So once Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to get a complaint about a grahastha couple. And all these brahmacharis and everybody, they used to complain that Gurudev, why are you so much favorable to them? Why are you so much favorable? And we are also doing a lot of services for you, but you never appreciate our services. Why is that? And you love them so much. And Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said that time will come, I'll show you all how surrendered they are, these Grihastha disciples to me. So once Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, he called this Grihastha couple and he said that I want in return, give all the properties in your name, you should put in my name. Put. Everything has to come in my name. Make the papers. And they made the papers. And they gave all the property to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then they said, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said to his wife, you come every day to me and you take regularly what you want money for, give me how much money you want for every day, expense report, and you take that much amount of money from me every day. Make it this an habit. They had no problem. They did that. So after a certain while, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur was very pleased and he told all of his disciples, look, this is surrenderness. That they gave their complete possessions to their spiritual master and they are completely dependent on his mercy. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur again called him, said that I will transfer back all the property to your name. Take it back. So he gave it back to them. So to practice Bhakti Yoga, the first step is to accept a bona fide spiritual master. Actually, that is the beginning. That is the beginning. It is not that it ends, spiritual life ends there. It begins there. It begins there. And then the student or the disciple, what should he do from a spiritual master? He should be inquisitive. He should try to know about the complete truth about Sanatana Dharma, about eternal religion. And then he should try to serve the spiritual master there are two ways. One is by physically serving him. If one gets a fortune of physically serving a spiritual master, then nothing can be compared to it. So if one gets a fortune to serve spiritual master, what should he do? Then he should see that he should make a bathing arrangement for him. Examples are given. Then he should see that the clothes are properly washed and they are ironed properly. And then you should see that there is appropriate place for sleeping is clean. The room should be cleaned. And then the disciple should cook make some eating arrangement for him nicely. So all things should be taken care of. And if the spiritual master or a certain sannyasi, he comes to our home, then all things has to be taken care of nicely. Food, clothing, his sleeping place and everything has to be taken care of nicely. So this is called as Guru Shushrushyanam. That a disciple should serve the spiritual master considering himself as a menial servant. Das. And whatever he has in his possessions, his intelligence, his wealth, his words, and everything has to be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead via the medium of spiritual master. It's very, very important that we offer everything to Krishna. At least in words we should start with the words, offering everything to Krishna via the medium of spiritual master. It is not that when we know that a certain sadhu or a certain devotee needs something, and we are in a position to give, then we should give, we should help. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is the definition of dharma given. What is dharma? As per Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is such a vast literature and so many incidences are there in Bhagavatam. But what is dharma according to Srimad Bhagavatam? It says that when we see somebody in pain, then we should also feel that pain. And when we see somebody happy, then we should also feel that happiness. This is dharma, as per Srimad Bhagavatam. It might look a simple thing, but it is not that simple. It is not easy to see when somebody is progressing. To see their progress and being happy is not easy. And when somebody is in difficulty, and if we can help them, then we should help them. And if you are in a if you are not in a situation to help, then at least we should feel sad for him. This is dharma. But generally it is otherwise. When we see somebody in distress, we feel very happy. We get immense happiness in the heart. Wow. When we see people in distress, people crying, people in problem, we get some pleasure in our heart. This is crookedness. And people will never advance in bhakti. Forget about prema bhakti. And when somebody is happy, we should also feel happiness. So this is what dharma is as per Srimad Bhagavatam. So everything should be offered to the spiritual master as a matter of duty, but the offering has to be made to the spiritual master with love and not with artificially to show and get some material prestige. This is also important. With what attitude are we offering to everything to the Lord? It is also very important. To show off, then that means it is material prestige. It is not with love. And when Krishna doesn't accept it, when it is not offered with love, so do you think spiritual master will accept it? No way. Duryodhana, he wanted to, when Krishna came as a peace messenger on behalf of Yudhishthira Maharaj to explain and gain something from Duryodhana, that time Duryodhana wanted to offer him 56 kinds of offering to Krishna. So Krishna refused. He said, neither you are my well-wisher, neither you have some love for me. So I cannot accept. I will only accept when somebody is offering me with love. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayashyati. Yes, when somebody is offering things me with bhakti, then I accept it. But if it is not offered with devotion, whatever it is, I will never accept it. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that when you offer something to spiritual master, then it shall not be for material adoration, but it shall be offered with love. Then Prahlada Maharaja is saying, now he's saying that Hari sarveshu bhuteshu bhagavan asta ishvara iti bhutani manasa kamaiste sadhu manayet. One should always remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his localized representation as Paramatma. We should understand that he is there as Paramatma in everybody's heart. And that is why one should try to offer all respects to all the living entities. Now, Harihi sarveshu bhuteshu. Sometimes this sentence or this understanding that Hari is present in everywhere, is hearts of everybody, is misinterpreted. Especially the Mayavadis, they said that since Hari is present in everybody, that means everybody is Hari. So then there are so many ways why they address Narayana, Daridra Narayana, Swami Narayana, this Narayana, that Narayana, and they address people as Narayana, Narayana. You are also Narayana, Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana. But one who is in knowledge, one who understands that Hari Sarveshu Bhuteshu means Krishna is there as super soul in the heart of every living entity. And also the part and parcel of the soul, of the super soul as Atma is also living entity, is also there. And when we offer respects to one and all, we offer respects to the devotees. Why? Because the presence of Supreme Lord Hari is there in the hearts of everyone. That's why we offer respects to him. And especially in the life of devotees, the Lord's presence can be visibly seen also. Is there in the hearts of everybody. But especially we can visibly see them in the life of devotees. How? Because they have tilak, they are chanting, they are always, they offer pranams to the Lord, they are always thinking of the Lord. So by this we understand, yes, the presence of Lord is there. That's why we offer them respects. And by these activities, one is able to cut down the influence of the enemies, namely lust, greed, anger, illusion. And when one sees the presence of Lord in everybody, then one can get rid of all enemies. Lust, greed, anger, illusion, madness, jealousy. And when thus situated, one can render service to the Lord. This is what Prahlada Maharaja is talking about. Now, Prahlada Maharaja is saying that what happens when one advances in Krishna consciousness. When we see some devotees, they are very advanced in Krishna consciousness, and liberated souls especially, when they hear about the Lord's pastimes, their hair stand on end. Their hair stand on, then they start crying and all. So this is natural for them, because they are always absorbed in the thought of the Lord. So now, if this is not our situation, after spending so much years in Krishna consciousness, if our hair still doesn't stand on, and if we still cannot cry, then something is definitely wrong with us. It is not that these are Sahajya people only will cry. It is not like that. But cry, when we hear about the Lord's pastimes, how he helped Draupadi, then we should be able to cry. In our heart, we should be able to lament that when we see love of Prahlada Maharaj, when we see love of Dhruv Maharaj, how eagerness they had to attain the Supreme Lord. So when we see this all pastimes of the Lord, then we should also develop that kind of a greed to have to become like that. But our situation is that we forget about greed. We don't have such greed also to become like them. So we are in a very difficult situation. We are practicing Krishna consciousness, but it's going on. Just going on. Take it easy. Take it easy, life is going on. And no special effort has been made to become a advanced devotee, to become a liberated soul, to become a pure Vaishnava. We don't, and actually no special effort is required also. The only effort is required is desire in our heart. And for that nothing is needed. Only we should go and sit in front of the Lord every day while we are serving, and we should pray to Lord, oh Lord, please, I want to get out of this situation. Please help me to become your pure devotee. Please help me. You serving the Lord, taking care of deities, but we always have some mundane thoughts. That devotee is doing like this, that devotee is doing like this, he is doing like that. All these thoughts should not come. Our thought should be, oh Lord, please help me to develop pure unalloyed love for you. Please help me to develop prema. How will that prema come? Oh Lord, please give me association of your pure devotees. So this has to be there. So that greed, when our prayers will get converted into a form of a greed. So that prayers has to start. The first beginning is praying to the Lord to become a pure devotee. Please make me pure unalloyed devotee of your lotus feet. I want to become like Prahlad. We cannot become like them, but at least we can follow them. So when we start praying every day, please make me your Premi Bhakta, please make me Premi Bhakta, please keep me association always of your Premi Bhaktas. Prema Bhakti and Premi Bhakta. These are two things which a devotee should always aspire for. If you see throughout the Bhagavatam, in all the prayers of all the acharyas which they offer to the Supreme Lord, these two things are common. Association of pure devotees, okay, first thing, and second is how that Prema Bhakti, desire to become a Premi Bhakta. So these two things are common in all the prayers. So we should also try and aspire to become like them. Foolish and rascal people, Srila Prabhupada is writing, this foolish and rascal people who are not on the transcendental position consider this uncommon activities of the Lord and His devotees as mythological fact. Mythological. Are we like them? Are do we also think that these are mythological? No. We have faith that all these are true facts. Then what is the problem with us? Why are not we aspiring for it? Because we are not hearing about them regularly. So we have to hear we should hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. We should read about it every day. And then we should try to speak about it every day. So we should try to absorb ourselves in the service of Srimad Bhagavatam. And these great personalities, when they hear about the Lord's pastimes of Krishna lifting Govardhan hill and all these wonderful pastimes, their hair, they stand on their end and they are in ecstasy, they become like mad. Prahlada Maharaja says that just like a person when is haunted by a ghost, he behaves very abnormally. Similarly, a devotee who has advanced and he has attained that position and he has become pure unalloyed devotee of the Lord, he also sometimes behave like an haunted man who is a person who is haunted by a ghost. What does he do? He keeps on laughing because he is always absorbed in thought of Krishna. So when he remembers some pastimes of the Lord, he laughs. And when he remembers some pastimes and he starts crying. When he remembers some pastimes, when he is so much absorbed that he said, Krishna, Krishna. So he is so much absorbed in the thoughts of the Lord, in the pastimes and other activities of the Lord, that then in ecstasy all these things come out. And they are completely detached from the material world. They are in their own world. They're with Krishna, always meditating on the transcendental forms and activities of the Lord. So we should all aspire to become like them. We should all aspire to become like them. So this is what Prahlada Maharaj is trying to instruct us. He is saying that a iron rod put into a fire becomes warmer and warmer, and gradually it becomes like fire. Similarly, when a devotee constantly engages in devotional service and thinks of the Lord in his original Krishna consciousness, he no longer has he attachment for material desires, or he completely comes out from bodily concept of life. So when we develop greed for getting Krishna Prem, when we develop greed for Sadhu Sangha, then on its own, gradually our prayers will become condensed, and Krishna who is within the heart will help you. He will encourage you to read Bhagavatam more and more. He'll help you. Because he has to fulfill your desire, so he has to do something. So he will help you. And then from outside, who will help you? The spiritual master, or Krishna will send a nice devotee who can help you develop Krishna Prema Bhakti. So in this way, when we are developing this greed, then our so-called attachment for this material world will go away. And only hankering for Krishna consciousness will remain. But if you are not hankering for Krishna consciousness, if you are not hankering to become Premi Bhaktas, then we will always hanker for something else. So we as devotees, our prayers should be sincerely, while we are serving the Lord, it should be to become a pure unalloyed devotee of the Lord. And that's why it is very important to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, because the lives of so many great devotees are present in those literatures. So when you come in contact with them, then we will develop a desire to become like them. Thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
It's an analogy of where in all those verses, Prabhupada explains that you put the rod in the fire, it acquires the quality of the fire.
Yeah.
So we could actually probably reflect on that, saying that as a rod, we're not spending enough time. As a rod, we're not spending enough time.
Yeah.
In the fire.
Yeah.
So I have a question about something you said earlier in the lecture. I'm not sure if it is absolutely relevant, but I'm curious to know the answer.
Okay.
You described that the soul enters the womb through the man's semen, but which basically means somebody could have a sexual intercourse but not get pregnant.
Yeah.
But I have read again that in the Bhagavatam, I'm not sure to quote where, that the soul enters the womb at a much later stage, when the child, like many months later. That is, again, I've also read that it's when it is a very great person coming, it usually enters at a later stage. Or I'm quite confused about. So if the soul isn't in the body that is developing, how does the heart that beats when they check?
Soul is there.
The soul is there.
Yeah.
Because you see, the
soul is there. Soul comes. That's why it starts growing when there is a union between a male and a female. Then immediately in some days we come to know that she is pregnant. So how? Because the soul is there and there is some changes. That means because of the presence of soul only the changes starts, birth, and this is birth. So at the time of birth means there a body has to be there in the womb of the mother also. And so because the presence of soul is there, only then it starts growing.
Correct. But why is it when they show in Krishna's story, for example, please forgive me if I say anything that causes any offense. So, why does it say in Krishna's story that before the baby was going to be, before the Lord is going to be born, he appears and then he goes into the womb of the mother who is pregnant?
Yes. Lord's appearance is different.
Correct. So that means appearance of someone very special is different.
Yes.
But otherwise, that is the standard procedure.
Yes. The special souls when they come, they might go through the ordinary process, but the Lord creates such an environment in the womb that they are not affected by it. Because it's not a conditioned soul coming. If Lord's associate is coming, then Lord will make that womb of that mother so comfortable for that baby to stay there.
And also the baby will keep growing till...
Yes. It has to go, it will go through a normal process only. But the womb will be a comfortable place.
Okay, but the soul will not be in it.
Soul will be in it.
Soul will be.
Yes, even the special soul is also there, but we can't break the law. There is the law of nature is that one has to, so that process is there. So one will come to the same process, but for special souls, by the arrangement of the Lord. Actually, the special souls are always under the control of Yoga Maya. So Yoga Maya makes a special arrangement for such souls who are coming in the womb. So for them, the womb is not an terrible place like for us. Like Shukadeva Goswami, yeah. Shukadeva Goswami stayed for 16 years. And he was scared to come out. He was saying this is a comfortable place. But generally we see that womb is not a comfortable place. Shukadeva Goswami was saying this is the most comfortable place. Why? Because it was easily possible for him to remember God. And he was saying that if I come out, he was saying to his father, if I come out, then this Lord's external energy is so powerful that it will entangle me in so many activities and I might forget that. So Shukadeva Goswami was saying, I am in a very comfortable position. So then Vedavyas went and invited Lord Krishna to tell him that please ask him to come out. So then he came out. But for special souls, arrangement is special in the womb. But they have to go through the ordinary process.
How to develop this great love for Krishna?
Pray. Pray. Pray, 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 pray. Every day, every time we go before the Lord, we should pray. And gradually this pray will become condensed and condensed and condensed and condensed, and it will convert into a cry. And when it is converted into a cry, then what will happen? Then Krishna is there in the heart as Paramatma. He is noting everything, our advancement. So when he sees that we are sincerely crying for it, for Krishna Prem, then he will make an arrangement. What arrangement will he make? He will send a suitable sadhu who can help us attain that Prema Bhakti, that platform of Krishna Prem. So when that sadhu, Krishna will send sadhu. Like Dhruv Maharaj, he sincerely wanted to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. Even though it was for material thing, but he sincerely had a desire to attain the Supreme Lord. So Krishna made an arrangement and said personality like Narada Muni. So similarly, we will also, when we are sincerely hankering for Krishna Prem to become a Premi Bhakta, then Krishna will make arrangement at an appropriate stage we meet a Premi Bhakta, and who can give us training in advancing Krishna consciousness in that line. But the process is there that we have to hear from them. When sadhus come in our life, we have to hear from them and submit to them completely. I was discussing yesterday with Brajsunder Prabhu the same point, that sadhus can see through you, your conditioning, but they won't help you unless you want help. Why will they help? So when they know your conditioning and they will ask you, how are you? You will say, fine Maharaj, all is well. But we know all is not well. We are having so much anarthas in our heart. We are having so much obstacles in the path of Krishna consciousness. We have so much difficulty in being a devotee. We are so much conditioned. So when if we are simply honest, and honestly if we go and submit ourselves to such sadhus, revealing our heart to them, revealing our bad habits to them, and we ask help from them, then the sadhu, seeing our sincerity, will help us to overcome our conditioning. They will help us remove the anarthas. They will help us remove the hurdles in our hearts. And then the path becomes easy by their mercy. So we have to be very sincere and honest in practicing Krishna consciousness. Everything starts with prayers, and then we will see a sadhu, and sadhu will come. Krishna will send. Then we have to submit ourselves to him, and then allow him to rule our life, train us, and then under his guidance practice Krishna consciousness and attain perfection in one life. Any other questions?
So these anarthas which are in the way, can you speak something?
Anarthas? There are 4 kinds of anarthas basically. Various kinds of anarthas are there. I don't remember exactly all of them. But weakness, one of them, I remember only one of them, is doubt in the philosophy, having not having unflinching faith in the philosophy. This is also kind of an anartha. There are 4 kinds of anarthas mentioned by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur elsewhere. One can read that somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember. But these anarthas are actually like obstacles on our path to Krishna consciousness. And more anarthas develop actually when we commit offenses, when we commit Vaishnava aparadhs, and that also then to everything is destroyed only. Then to everything is destroyed. But otherwise also there are so many coverings. Anarthas can you also call as coverings. And the sadhus, what they do, they They help us gradually by speaking Krishna Katha to us. They clear all our doubts. And they help us develop our faith in the Lord. This 6 type of surrender, so sadhus will help us. They will train us how to become, how to develop this 6 type of surrender. So this anarthas, they don't allow us. It's like they block our way completely. Or if we have bad habits, then we won't be able to overcome them. Any other questions? I'm sorry, but I have not read that subject matter.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
That you're saying like association of pure devotees. So what is the quality of pure devotee? Means like co-regulative principle and sexual grounds?
No.
Or what is the quality of pure devotee?
Pure devotees, they never forget Krishna even for a moment. Sri Radhika Madhava Para Madhurya Leela Gunarupananmam Pratikshana Swadana Lolupasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarinda. So they are 24 hours remembering the Lord. Even for a moment they cannot forget Krishna. This is one of the biggest biggest symptoms of a pure devotee. Nikunja yuno ratikila siddha ya yalibhir yuktirapekshniya pratikshana swadana lolupasya vande Guru Sri Charanarinda. And they are always in the transcendental form, they are always absorbed in serving Srimati Radharani. And they see that these pure devotees, they have relationship with the Lord. And only one who has a relationship with the Lord can help a conditioned soul establish relationship with the Lord. If he himself doesn't have a relationship with the Lord, help a conditioned soul establish a relationship with the Lord. So to see a pure devotee is not easy. Best way to see a pure devotee is to request the Lord to reveal who is his man. Because Krishna's men are always here doing his business. What is their business? To help the conditioned soul develop relationship with Krishna. So they are always there on this planet and they are doing Krishna's business. So we have to pray sincerely to the lotus feet of the Lord. Krishna, please help me. We have to pray to Srila Prabhupada. Please help me so that I can get association of such devotees. So they will help you. They will give you vision. That's like Arjuna has to receive a vision to see universal form of the Lord. Even though he was always with Krishna, but still he needed a vision to see the universal form of the Lord. Similarly, we also need a vision to see the pure devotees of the Lord. And that vision has to be given to us, and Krishna will give that. Then we can see them. Unless and until we cannot. We will see fault in everybody. Because of a conditioning nature, we will see fault even in pure devotees. We might not say it, but within our hearts, we will see faults in them. We won't have faith. So we have to pray to Krishna to reveal them. So when Krishna reveals, then we will develop faith. Hare Krishna.
Add to Mataji's
Please.
question that she asked about how do you develop the desire. I remember my own spiritual master's lecture, and he said you have to do a corresponding activity to what you want. Hence, whatever you want, if you desire and work accordingly to what you're aiming, then you will receive it, you will get it. So if you want to be a doctor, you're going to work very hard in your science subjects and you're going to achieve that as you are a doctor. But if you're wanting the Lord, then accordingly, you will study accordingly, you will be trying to surrender accordingly, you will try to have the compassion for others accordingly, and then the desire will just following the spiritual master's instructions usually improve our ability to get better. I think we don't realize what is our ability when we are following the instructions and following, like it's a process. When we are following the instructions, we start following the process, and when we are following the process, then the desire will happen itself. It will just become stronger and stronger.
Hare Krishna. Anything else?
I think that we were reading that even to accept the process for the sake of process is an offense. To accept the process for the sake of the following the process is an offense.
Instead of instructions, accepting the rules just for the sake of accepting.
Yes, but at least we have to begin somewhere.
Yeah.
When like devotees, like my spiritual master gives this example that initially when we have deities in our house, we might not have faith that the Lord is present in that. So we get some guidance from senior devotees from the temple, and we follow a process that let us off. We have to offer every day to the Lord in a new plate. Put tulsi, and this is the mantra we have to say. So we follow that process. But initially we might not have the faith. But gradually, every day by doing this, the Lord will see that He makes something in your life by which you develop some faith in the Lord. He will do something, and then you start. Then you start your service will be with love, with understanding that the Lord is present. But yes, initially things will be mechanical.
It's a bit like, it doesn't matter if you're going to take an antibiotic, whether you know it or not, it's going to work in your body. So I feel that if the doctor prescribes you a medicine, you may not understand it, you may have no faith in the doctor, but if you're going to take it, you're going to, mechanically, just take the medicine 4 times a day and call the doctor rotten. He is useless. But you're taking the medicine, you're going to have it, it's going to have its effect and you're going to get it.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.